1-to-1, and this spread is a horseshoe spread, very classic tarot reading. So the first 3 cards represent the past, the present and the future around your emotional life. And I have to say, Capricorn, you have got a huge process going on emotionally this month. This is either within you or it's within a relationship, because you start with the Page of Swords and you end in the King of Cups. So what a movement regarding your relationship or what's going on in your relationship life. The Page of Swords is your distant past. This could represent a relationship that's a lot of texting, there's a lot of communication, but you aren't quite emotionally gelling yet. Sometimes the Page of Swords can be quite, I don't like this word, but quite a paranoid energy, not fully trusting the emotional process that's unfolding. And by the end of the month, you're fully trusting the emotional process that's unfolding. So I love to see how this is unfolding for you. In your present position, you've got the 4 of Discs. So the 4 of Discs is either going to be you or someone that you're relating with. But what's happening is the emotions aren't flowing between you and another person. Very much the same as your general reading for the month. There was a feeling of, there was a combination of moving outwards and being a bit holding your energy back. This is exactly what's going on here. So in the present position, people aren't revealing their true feelings for each other. Their hearts are protected, and so is their crown chakra, which is your connection with the divine. There's an urge to protect yourself and withdraw your emotional energy. Again, this will be for you or between you and a significant other person. Or this is, this is how you're emotionally relating to the world. The outcome is very, very different because you move to the King of Cups. So the King and the Queen of Cups are the highest you can get in the emotional suite. There's an awful lot of emotional depth here. And to tell you the truth, I don't always read this card this way, but I'm looking at the rest of your reading and where it's going. I think what this King of Cups is saying, this is the full expression of a feeling, because I'm looking at your outcome cards and you pull the 10 of Swords. So I read the 10 of Swords quite differently from other people. I see it as the end of being controlled by fear, everything that can go wrong, and taking a leap of faith. That's how I read the 10 of Swords, which makes sense for the King of Cups, because you're beginning, or you're actually more than beginning. There's a full expression of your emotional depth. Okay, so you're going from maybe a little bit of texting, a little bit of interest, showing a little bit of interest, but not fully trusting the unfolding process. So guarding yourself, you are not fully expressing what's going on for you, what you're feeling, or someone else is doing that with you. It's a dynamic in a relationship to this beautiful King of Cups. Again, don't always read it this way, but for some reason, 2 people are starting to express themselves, because your additional guidance card is Treasure Island. There's that feeling that you've stumbled on some sort of treasure, Capricorn, here. I think when Treasure Island appears, there's a feeling sometimes of destiny, of surprise. But there's a feeling that emotionally you're either about to meet someone or you're already in a relationship, which is a bit of a treasure a bit of an oasis for you. But it looks like it's going to be a slow unfoldment of your feelings, Capricorn, basically. But you're going there. Now, your attitude towards relationships this month is the Ace of Pentacles. The Aces are all about new beginnings, new start, wanting to birth a whole new chapter. Something is pulling you, okay? And I really, really like it because all the Aces tend to be very, very good news. It's something new happening. It's not quite the Ace of Cups, but the Ace of Discs will be much more hands-on, much more, you want to make this relationship bond real. Yeah, because it's with the Page of Cups, which is beginning to reveal your true feelings so a relationship can start to become more tangible, more everyday life. If this is an existing relationship, it's moving on to a much more solid, secure basis because all the pentacles represent that. There's some sort of gift here, basically, Capricorn, for you. And maybe because there's been this Four of Discs energy, there's two people not seeing each other's true value. But I think that's about to change. I really, really do. Now, the outside influences are the Six of Swords. So, in this deck, there's 3 people on this boat. And all my other decks, it's someone travelling alone. And they're leaving behind one chapter of their life and they're moving forward to embrace the future. In this deck, there's people travelling together, which means there might be people that's influencing your decisions this month. It could be anyone, family, friends. For some Capricorns, there might even be a relationship that needs to be left behind in order to move forward. Because the Six of Swords is a transition card. One part of your life is over and a new one wants to begin. It might be that you're involved with someone who's got other people in their lives. So this could go both ways. But for some reason in this deck, it shows us other people influencing your decisions. Okay? It doesn't have to be other people. It can also be fear. Because look at these figures. They're bowed down. They're trying to protect themselves. A bit like this Four of Discs. But the good news is you're leaving behind stormy waters and going to much more emotional flow. A bit like the King of Cups. Now, your obstacle is a Fool card. And the reason why the Fool card is coming as an obstacle is because you're still holding back a bit of your feelings. It might be some Capricorns have got a whole new love unfolding here. And it's the old security you're having to let go of. And this is why there's this sort of seesaw of emotions. Because the Fool is a new beginning. An exciting new path. But the reason why it's an obstacle, as I said before, is this protecting yourself. But for some people, it might be but leaving one existing situation behind and moving forward to a new one. But maybe there's a lot of complications in that. The good news is, Capricorn, the end of the month is a firm decision to move forward. The Ten of Swords, I don't read the Ten of Swords the same way that other readers read it. One card follows another. And to move away from anxiety and fear, we move to the Ten of Swords, which means we take a leap of faith. We no longer listen to the voice of fear, but we move forward in a way that honours what we really, really want, which is that King of Cups, which is emotional depth, a bond that has there's great depth of feeling here, to tell you the truth, Capricorn. The Ten of Swords is with the Star card and the Chariot. They all come out together, by the way. Star card is traditionally Aquarius, and the Chariot is traditionally Cancer. But the Chariot represents a vehicle. It's about moving your life forward. And the Star card, she's naked, so she's risking revealing herself, which is what creates intimacy, is putting down these boundaries and these barriers to your emotions and risking being seen. The Star card is also a healing card. If someone's been ill, for you that have already in an existing partnership, there's been a lot of holding back of emotions. This is the card of the bond being restored. But on a deeper level, it's about risking being seen. And the only way we can risk being seen is to move out the mind, all the Nine of Swords, all the Eight of Swords, all the reasons to hold your feelings back. And basically, this is you propelling your life forward. The Chariot, it's fast forward motion, basically. It's major arcanas, it's lessons that cannot be avoided. All very positive, because look, I've just turned around and the Sun card's here. It's what you got in your general reading. And I can't help saying, Capricorn, there's a similar feeling here. It's almost, there's this great opportunity for you, for new life, for new growth, for optimism, but you're having to deal with that innate need to keep your life secure. And rather than risk this new beginning, to risk leaving something behind and moving into the great unknown. But I am looking at this tarot reading, and I've got Capricorn ascendant, as most of you know, and I would start to take some risks here. This is about leaps of faith, to trust somehow that if you reveal your feelings, that this new path is going to be exciting. It's going to be this treasure island, because I think there's a whole new beginning that wants to start with that Ace of Pentacles, with that page. And I think for most Capricorns, you want this new beginning. You want to reveal your feelings. But either fear is holding you back, or there's some sort of financial links. You're trying to hold on to your old security. Okay, there's no judgment here, Capricorn, but I find the universe supports us when we take these leaps of faith, these that you would rather trust love than keep yourself small and keep yourself contained, because there's definitely a leap of faith required here in order to propel your life, to get this full, to get this beautiful new beginning. But I think for a lot of yous, it's going to be about being willing to be vulnerable, being willing to potentially, for some of you, leave something behind in order to go forward in this brand new journey. I think you've got an extremely exciting reading. The Sun is always a message of relax. It's all going to be good. If you reveal yourself, if you're emotionally honest, you're going to be met in a very, very loving way. Okay, because that Ten of Swords, to me, is the end of being controlled by our thinking processes, which all tend to keep us small and keep us trapped in a very, very negative situation.